These videos are nice. Keep it up. Hey guys, if you write a nice comment under the latest video you get the chance to be shown in the next video. What's the best advice your mom ever gave you? You will never have to live this day again. On my very first memorably bad day, coming home from school unable to stop sobbing, I reuse it whenever trying to console someone after specific pains. But, oh, this is the worst day of my life. Homer, this is the worst day of your life so far. If there's an uncomfortable feeling in your gut about a person, situation, or place, go with it. Listen to it and either protect yourself or get foe. Oh, and also, if you dislike someone for a character trait, make sure you don't have the same one. Things that annoy you in others might be things you do yourself. I've done this and came to the conclusion that I must be really annoying. Sometimes you won't be in love with your husband, but it will be your commitment to stay together that keeps your marriage working. And then one day, you find yourself back in love with them. Been married a long time. Can confirm that this is what makes a marriage last. We are more in love now than ever. Something my grandfather told her, then she told me, hugs and handshakes, give them like you mean it. Happiness is just having something to look forward to. You had your issues, mom, but this advice has served me well. Don't touch that, it's too hot. I learned that it was, indeed, too hot. What I love about this childhood trope is that almost all of us touched it anyway. Guess it is hard for the danger version of the word "hot" to have a real meaning without figuring it out yourself as well. Look in the mirror and see if you see a friend in there. If you don't, take a longer look and get the friend back. When I was a preteen, she told me as you get older you're going to think everyone around you is changing. It's not them that are changing. It's how you see the world that is changing. I thought that was super weird advice, but as I got older and started to see adults for who they really were, it really made sense. They weren't changing. I'd just never noticed that side of them before. I genuinely think it's why I wasn't a bratty teen, because I knew my parents were still the same parents. I was just seeing everything differently. My mom said you young people get confused about dates. A date is just supposed to be a fun get together with someone, not meaning you're picking out life partners and deciding what house to buy. Just go out on a date and have fun together. Stop taking it so serious. This is one of the things I keep remembering when trying to go out on dates. Not that that happens that often. I will pick you up in an hour. Me, age 6, if I do this, does something, it hurts. Mother, well don't do it. Me, my god that's genius. What a woman. Is your mom a doctor? In exasperation, my mom told me, when you show up late, it tells people that you think your time is more important than theirs. I used to be chronically late to nearly everything. And that statement just crushed me because I love my mom and my friends and would never purposely be disrespectful. I had just never looked at it that way before. I'm rarely late anymore, and it's been amazing how something so seemingly small has improved my relationships and has all around made my life better and less stressful than I could have expected. Wish mom would have laid into me sooner. This was in reference to being in the 45 minutes late arena, not just a minute or two. Being gentle never comes out of fashion. You don't regret money spent on travel. My mom was always kind of thrifty and we traveled cheaply, but we traveled. To convince me her advice was solid, she asked the adult me if I remembered what our couch looked like when I was 12 or what I got for Christmas. I couldn't remember. Then she said, what about the trip we took the Grand Canyon that summer? Memories galore. Have more money than he does. It sounds really sexist, and it is, but my mom was raised by an abusive father. Whenever he wanted to make a point, he walked out on the family for a few months to stay in some hotel so my mom and her mom would be eating out of dumpsters. I'll be damned if I don't have enough money that I can afford to leave the minute any guy hits me. She isn't worth jail time. Even if you love each other so much, and he is so sorry, and it will never happen again, if he hits you, you leave. My 2 favorites from my mom: never trust anyone whose flaws you can't see. It means they're hidden deep. As a parent, don't pat yourself on the back, or blame yourself for how they turned out until they're 40. My mom said that I should listen to the advice I give to other people. For years that didn't make sense, but recently all the pieces seem to fall in place. Especially the advice I gave my mom is now applicable to myself. I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree in that regard. My mom always said, and has always taught me, to respond to situations instead of react to them. Never hit anybody unless they're hit first, then go to town. I've never been violent, but I'm still glad I was told to stand up for myself. I was always told to never start a fight, but I should definitely finish it if it happens. It took me 9 months to make your heart. Don't let someone break it in a day. People will come and go in your life, but your mother will always love you. Man, I should call my mom. Live east of where you work. That way you won't be driving directly into the sun in either direction. 1. Not everyone who smiles in your face is your friend. 2. Never let anyone know everything you know. 3. Love is never enough. 4. Learn how to take care of you. 5. Think with your head, not with your heart. When people show you who they are, believe them. You don't have the right to ruin anybody's day. It's a simple and probably very optimistic advice when it comes to some very annoying people, but I try to follow it whenever I can. My mom has given me lots of good advice. A few ones stick out to me. Upon asking her why she had quit work to raise her kids, she told me many people lie on their deathbed wishing they had spent more time with family. No one lies there and thinks they should have worked more. She liked to tell me growing up we all have our cross to bear as a reminder to the fact we all have our struggles, and it helped me be more empathetic to others. My freedom ends where yours begins. Always do your best, even if it means a C and not an A. If it's your best, then you did well. If anyone asks you to do more, tell them, I'm doing my best. And they have to respect that, because as long as you work your hardest, it is the truth. No one can do more than they can. I want to be clear about this. The reason my mom said the last one was because I was diagnosed with ADHD, depression, and anxiety when I was 11. I had already been self-harming for a year by then. I was extremely self-critical and messed myself up every single day for not being good enough. I would nearly kill myself to be as perfect as I could be, but it would come at the cost of everything else. I had no friends, fights with family, and several suicide attempts before I was even 15. What she said made me feel like maybe I wasn't a failure, maybe my hard work will pay off, maybe I need to be kinder to myself. I get that some people don't try their best, but that's the whole point. You have to work as hard as you can, but you have to forgive yourself if you don't make it. I could never forgive myself for my shortcomings, even as a child. That's why my mom said that to me. I was a straight A student. I won nationals for dance. I got a $20,000 to university because I did my best and moved past my failures, my suspension from school, my late assignments, my eating disorder. I just did my best. That's all I could do. Be nice first, because you can always be mean later, but once you've been mean to someone, they won't believe the nice anymore. So be nice, until it's time to stop being nice. Then destroy them. The world will send you where it wants you to be, was my mum's take on fate. I don't really believe in fate, but at certain times in my life that statement really calmed me down and stopped me from obsessing about things I can't control. You have to be happy being single before you can be happy in a relationship.